Hello everyone! So I have a new collection that I wanted to share with all of you. I have been working on this for, I don't know, maybe a month now, trying to squeeze it in between all of my other designing projects that I've had to do. So I'm finally done with it and I can't wait to show you everything that comes in this collection. It's huge and as you can see, just from what I have on my desk here, that it consists of a lot of easy cut, die cut, and then you get some papers and envelopes and so forth. So I'm just going to take you through the collection and show you everything that you get in it. Okay, so I just realized I didn't even tell you the name of this collection. So this is the Eclectic Christmas collection, and I called it this because I collected a whole bunch of different sorts of images, everything from retro to the Victorian era to plaid images, just kind of a modge podge of some of my favorite Christmas designs. And so here I'm showing you one of the lined journal pages, and these are great because you can cut them in half, you can create stationery, you can use them inside your journal. You can take and use one side to mat tags with, or your, let's say, cover of your journal, and then you can cut the other page out and use that as your lined section for your journal page or inside of a card. There's just, again, a lot that you can do with these journal pages, and I tried to create a lot of dimension to it. Right there I'm showing you where I actually hand drawn the frayed threads coming down from the fabric because I wanted it to look frayed. So that's all hand drawn or hand painted digitally. And yeah, I just really wanted to create this kind of, layered 3D dimension kind of look to the page. The other thing that inspired me with this collection is my husband brought back these wool scarves from Scotland, and they were all plaid and just beautiful. And so that inspired me to incorporate a lot of the plaids that you're seeing in this collection. And I wanted it to really have that vintage look to it, kind of a distressed plaid, look. And then here's another one where I took and collaged in some different fabrics. I wanted that vintage look, but some of the reds, greens, that classic, those classic Christmas colors. Okay, so there are the 5 lined papers that you would get in the collection. And now I'm going to show you these envelopes, and I have to credit my mom. She is the one who provided the template for me to create these envelopes, and I love them. I love them so much because they're so easy, and I was able to create an envelope that was a really good size onto one sheet of the paper. And so yeah, you'll get 5 envelopes. And then, the 5 lined papers. I try to do a lot of things in sets of 5. That all started because when I started with Etsy, you could only upload 5 files per listing. So I just kind of got in this habit of doing 5 of each thing. But yeah, there's the 5 lined papers, 5 envelopes. And now I'm going to show you the easy cuts. And there's a lot of them. This is a huge kit, and what I'm going to do is I'll put the bundle on my site and offer the coupon in the newsletter, which I hope to have out tomorrow. And if I have time, I will try to separate the collection and list the papers separately and the envelopes separately and so forth on my Etsy site. Okay, so here are the easy cuts, and again, the whole point of this Eclectic Christmas collection was to throw in just an array of retro images mixed in with some vintage photos, mixed in with some florals and cabinet cards, and yeah, just a huge assortment of wonderful images. And I gave you a great shot of my coffee there. In case you guys didn't know, yes, I had on my coffee. It's almost 3 in the morning, so yeah, I think I'm on my 3rd cup. Major caffeine overdose. Okay, but anyway, yeah. So as you know, some of you may know, I did do a previous collection of Christmas easy cuts, and with this collection, oh my goodness, if you got them both, you will have enough to last you, oh, probably through many, many, many Christmases. I mean, you could just do so many projects with them because this is another huge kit. And as you can see, you know, I've cut out a lot of them, and you can see just a huge assortment laid out on my project table. And that one thing I wanted to make sure that I did with this collection was to provide a lot of sentiments. So there's a lot more sentiments in this collection than in the previous Easy Cuts Christmas collection that I did. And so yeah, lots of things to work with when you're layering for tags or creating cards or whatever it might be. I wanted to make sure that you had plenty to work with to create those beautiful layers and to create them in a very easy way. So, and then I did do some larger sizes. So if you want to make tags, larger tags, you're able to do that, or if you want to put them on the cover of your journal. This image here, oh, I loved the way she turned out. I created this little hood for her, and oh, I just thought she was so pretty. I spend a lot of time making sure each image, you know, has you know, it's very refined and has high resolution. I do spend a lot of time working on color and contrast and the brightness, and running things through filter to make sure everything's very vibrant, and when you print it, it'll be vibrant. And that's the other thing I want to make sure to mention really quick is I've had quite a few people contact me about images getting cut off when they print them, or the color not being as vibrant as what I'm showing in this video, or just things kind of being sized differently, smaller than what it appears, again, like I'm showing in the video. One thing I want to point out really quick here is on this page right here, you'll see these little white bands and the black band there, and those are to layer that Santa with to create a 3D dimension. So you can take the flowers and then parts of his belt and the bottom part of his suit there, and layer those pieces on top to create that 3D effect. I just wanted to say that really quick in case some of you print it out and you're like, what are these for? So that is what those are for. Okay, so now going back to the topic of printer settings and all of that. So when you're printing these out, make sure you're checking your printer settings to make sure that it's the correct orientation, whether it be landscape or portrait. And then you want to make sure that your margins are set at 0, and I believe it defaults automatically around like 0.16 or something like that. But you want to make sure that those margins are set to 0, or that you scale the image so you know nothing does get cut off when you go to print it out. Yeah, just a few things I wanted to point out there. Okay, what I'm showing you here are these little flip tags, or you could take, and I thought they make cute paper clips to where you could fold them, and at the top there run a paper clip through and just create cute little embellishments with those. Yeah, so, oh, one other thing with the printer settings is there is uh, like print quality. So if you're seeing that your images are faded or not as vibrant, you might want to check to make sure you don't have it on draft mode or the lowest quality setting. Make sure you have it on a higher quality print. So those are some things to check out. Okay, the other thing that I'm showing here are advent calendar numbers, and I was so excited to do these because I thought that, well, I have to show you first. But my mom did these Christmas travel journals, and I'll be showing them here in just a little bit. They're the little notebook-sized travel journals. They're so, so cute, and I'll be showing those here in just a little bit, but this is the Eclectic Christmas collection that I showed you. And again, I didn't get everything printed, but as you can see, it's a huge collection. You get lots in this collection, all sorts of little journal cards. You get some Santas, you get your little vintage photos, you get sentiments and flowers. And then the things that I didn't print that I showed you on the sheet were some frames, and I might have, I'm not even sure if I showed all of the vintage people, children that you get in the collection. But here's some of those frames and cabinet cards that you'll get. And I know there's more than this that I'm showing. There's some larger sizes than these ones. And yeah, just go and check out the site. I'll have the listing below in the description. You could just click on the link and check out all the images. It'll show you everything that comes in this collection. It's a huge collection. All right. Oh, and I forgot. So yeah, the other thing that comes in this collection is I did do 5 card sets. So you'll get a 6x6 sheet on the page, and then you'll get a little vintage person and some florals along with the lace. And the lace is from my own collection. It is really old lace that I paid a pretty penny for, and I mentioned this in my previous video, and I'm going to do a whole collection after this one of just lace. But yeah, it's lace that I scanned, and it was almost falling apart. It's so old, but I loved it because it's so original and unique, and the patterns and the designs of the trim that I scanned for these pages, I loved them. But yeah, you can take and easily use these little, I just kind of think of them as little mini card sets, you know, because it's easy to coordinate everything together to create a tag or a card or a journal page or whatever it might be. So there's the collection. Now I think what I'll do is show you some really fun things that you can do. Again, easy, but I try to make it very beautiful. Things that you can do with this collection. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is start with one of the library pocket cards. And I already cut it out, and I'll show you the sheets that I cut this out from. It was the one that had the Advent calendar numbers on it. So I just cut one of those out, and then I'm just going to apply a little glue to the flaps to hold everything together there to create my pocket. And then I did purchase a few items from the Dollar Tree, just some trims, various trims, bells, candy canes, those sort of things. And again, trying to make it, you know, I love the Dollar Tree for picking up little embellishments and trims. I think they have some actually pretty cool stuff for $1. Okay, so I'm going to start with this little girl. I already cut her out from one of the sheets. So I think she looks kind of cute inside the pocket. And I'm just going to look for a few other things to start building and layering with. And so just going to kind of, again, like you see me do quite often, just kind of play around with a few things here and there. If I just took one of the snowflake cards and put that inside, cut out one of the flower pieces there, and then the price tag along with the Christmas sentiment. And you could take this just the way it is as it's shown. I'm going to do a lot more with this, but just to show you really quick, you could take one of the 6x6 papers and lay that underneath, and there you already have a really cute journal page, or you could create a card with this or a tag or whatever, but just something to show you really quick how easy it is to create something that's eye-catching and super easy and, you know, just fun, because you can build from this. And as you see me, I'm adding in some trim. Again, I got this from the Dollar Tree. It's this crocheted kind of lace. I love that crocheted lace from the Dollar Tree. If I see spools of it, I pick it up, you know, like 4 or 5 spools at a time, because it's a nice size and it actually looks kind of vintage like. But yeah, that's what I used there. And so again, you could create a cute little journal page with this, but I think I really want to create a tag. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab a tag and start building from this idea that you see there. Okay, so I'm going to start with my 6x6 paper here from the digital collection. And I'm going to glue a section of that down onto one of my large manila tags. And I just applied glue, leaving the top to where if I wanted, I could create a pocket. I wasn't quite sure, so I always wanted to leave my options open and just glue the bottom and the sides. And then I will cut off the excess from the tag. Okay, and now I'm going to take the library card pocket that I made, and I'm going to glue that on top. And again, I'm going to create another pocket behind there, so I'm just going to glue the sides and the bottom and attach that to my tag. And I kind of did it a little bit off center. I didn't want it perfectly straight on there, just to create a little movement on my tag. So I kind of, again, just kind of placed it at a little diagonal there onto my tag. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is take some of that dollar store tulle and stuff my pocket with it. And I loved this silver tulle because it kind of just creates that wintry effect to my tag here. Gives it that little shimmer and sparkle. And it also creates added texture and dimension to my tag as well. And now I'm just working with some of the elements that I had shown previously, the flowers, and figuring out what sentiments I want to use. I decided to use my foam squares and back the flowers with that, again, wanting to keep the dimension on my tag. I also thought I would incorporate the candy cane here somehow, some way, and I'm going to actually distress it a little bit, add some trim to it just to kind of make it more vintage looking. And then I'm going to take one of my foam squares, apply it to that price, the 5-cent price little tag there, and add that to the pocket. And then I'm going to glue down some lace just to kind of soften some things up a little bit. Again, adding texture and softness to my tag. So I'm just going to take some of that crocheted lace trim, add that, and then maybe a sentiment on the bottom, and also add some of the trim at the top there. I decided to first apply some sheer lace and then just to layer things a little bit more, and then I'll put that crocheted lace over that sheer lace. As you know, the more layers, again, you hear me say this all the time, the more layers, the more details, it just starts to really make things more eye-catching, and it gives the eye more to look at and creates more interest. And so yes, I just decided to go with that extra layer of lace there at the bottom, and now I'm going to also apply some to the top of the tag. Okay, and after I apply my lace, I'm going to take that little sentiment and go ahead and glue that to the bottom of my tag. I think it's one of the Christmas sentiments. Just thought this was the perfect size, liked that little pop of red, and so I chose to go with that sentiment for the bottom of my tag. Okay, the next thing I want to do is antique my candy cane. So what I thought I would try to do is use some alcohol inks. I chose the hazelnut to use, and my thought is just to take a few drops and a little bit of rubbing alcohol if needed, and kind of just smudge that on the candy cane. So yeah, I haven't used alcohol inks in ages, like probably 8 or 9 years. I kind of got burnt out when my mom and we did like 2,000 some domino necklaces with these alcohol inks a long time ago. And it was for this big show that we were going to, and oh my gosh, I don't think either one of us can look at another domino the same way ever again. After about 2,000 of them, oh my gosh. Yeah, I haven't touched a domino since then, or alcohol ink. So it's been a while since I've used this stuff. And okay, so now I'm taking some of the Pebeo gilding wax paste in the silver and just dabbing on a little bit of it, and I really like the way it looks. And then I thought I'd add a little bit of the gold too, and yeah, I think it's aging it nicely. It's kind of looking better than what I thought it would. I really like this Pebeo wax paste. It's probably my favorite that I've used. I wish they had more colors. I think they only have silver and gold. I could be wrong, but yeah, I love it. It's so easy to work with, and you know, it dries pretty quick on there. All right, so yeah, I think I like it. So now I'm going to take and add my trim, wrap some of that around. I just kind of I want to soften it a little more, and I think it'll, I don't know. I'm just going to kind of experiment here with this. We'll see how it looks. I think I really like the way this looks, so I'm going to go ahead and use my fabric glue to glue it down. Okay, so here's my candy cane. I love the way it turned out. I think it looks aged, and yeah, so I'm just going to add a little twine with some bells and wrap that around the candy cane just to kind of embellish it a little bit. And again, these are the bells and the twine that I purchased from the Dollar Tree dollar store. Except for the twine. I take it back. The twine I got from JoAnn's. And so I think I'm just going to do a kind of a loose knot first and then wrap it around the candy cane because I kind of want it to, you know, hang down off of there. I don't want it to be super tight around the candy cane. I want there to be some movement. Okay. So yeah, I think my candy cane is done. Now, I mean, you could embellish it more. You could put flowers around it. You could put berries around it. You could do other things aside from bells or twine. You know, you could definitely do your own variation of how you want to do your candy canes. But it's not too bad. You know, you can get 6 candy canes, I think, for $1. And so you can make quite a few of those to add to your tags and your easy cuts as a affordable embellishment, you know, something more than just using papers. And the trims that I use, the tulle and the lace and the diamond wrap, again, I got all of those at the dollar store as well. And so you see me taking a piece of that silver tulle, I'm stuffing it back in the pocket there and just trying to figure out how I want to place my candy cane in this. After I place everything inside the pocket, I'm just kind of thinking it's just missing something. It still needs something. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys look at it and think it looks great and we could call it done. Put a little ribbon through the hole in the tag at the top there and, you know, we can call it done. But no, 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 not me. Nope, 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 nope. I always have to add that little something, something always. So what I decided to do was use a little more tulle down in the pocket there behind the girl. And then, yes, I'm going to take and apply some of it to the top of the tag. And then you can see I took the December calendar easy cut, applied that to the top. I have my little snowflake card, my girl, and candy cane. Down on the envelope, I used some of the poinsettia flowers and the price tag there, the 5-cent price tag. So I applied those two things. And now you see me just taking one of the bows. I got a package of these bows from the dollar store, of course, and just applying one of those to kind of tie that tulle at the top there to hold it all in place. Yeah, and I think it's starting to come along, but I don't know. I'm still thinking it needs more. It needs more. Something. Like, it just needs more. I love to use foam squares to secure things down when I'm making tags or things like that because, I don't know, for me, I don't like just gluing images flat down one on top of another. I just think it loses something, and I really love, you know, it's that word you hear me use a lot, that dimension. I love the dimension. So yes, you'll see me grab foam squares quite often. Love to use those, especially, like I said, when I'm creating tags or cards, those sorts of things. All right. So I decided to take some of this gold trim. Again, I got it at the dollar store and just add it to the top. The tulle was a little bit too sheer and I felt it needed more. that word is just stuck on my mind at this moment. It's like, oh my goodness, 4:40 in the morning, and yeah, I was feeling good about 20-30 minutes ago. I was feeling pretty awake, and I think my caffeine high has gone. I'm trying not to fade here. All right, so yeah, I decided to add some of the gold trim to just the top of the tag there, and I'm going to use that bow, that tie that's on the back of the bow, to twist it around and secure my trim there. Yeah. So it's starting to come together. The last thing I think I'm going to do again is just kind of play with some of the floral elements and add my snowy texture to my card, which it's that little something. Remember the little things that just make it, it just makes it everything. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do next. Okay, so you see me starting with the little snowflake card, and I just applied a little glue, sprinkled on the mica flakes, love the way it looks, and I decided to add some to the rim of her hat. So I'm just applying a little glue there, going to sprinkle on the little mica flakes, and I love the way these little flakes look. It does give it that appearance of, you know, little flakes of snow that have landed and came down and trickled down on her hat. I mean, it's just, this is what I was talking about when I said that little something that just makes it, and it was the snow texture. That's what I was looking for. So I decided to add some to the red bow, and then after I add some to the red bow, I'm going to add some to the top of my library card pocket there. Okay, so I love the way this is turning out so far. I think the only thing left that I'm going to do is just add a little bit of floral down below where the flowers are, and then I will call this tag done. Now I'm going to show after I add in the little bits of the berries and the white flocked piece of floral that I'm going to add. I decided to show what it would look like backed against a gift bag. So if you wanted to do some really pretty packaging for your presents, you could take and attach this to a bag, and you could have it to where they could take the tag off and, you know, use the tag, but then you could also use it as a decoration for a gift bag. So then it kind of serves like, you know, you have this multi-purpose. You could even add in a little gift card in the pocket there and create a little gift card holder with this. Okay, so I'm just adding in these final little touches, adding in a little more of the mica flakes, and then I'm just going to finish it off with a little bit of twine that I'm going to cut and place just a little section of it behind my little 5-cent price tag there. And yeah. Yep, I love it. I think it turned out great, super easy. And, you know, if I was going to do this again, I would probably make, I don't know, 5, 10 at a time. So you can just cut 5, 10 of each and build your tags, and you can have an assortment. And then you could, you know, make your Christmas packaging or give them as gifts. You could do so many different things with them. So here's that little red gift bag I was talking about, and look at how cute would that be. Back it onto a gift bag, and you can just make this little wow statement with your Christmas packaging. Okay, so I noticed that I forgot to add in that little snowflake card that we did earlier. So I'm just going to add that card back in, and then our first project is done. And I love the way that it turned out. I think it's so cute, so easy. Oh my gosh, you know, you could sit down and make these with your kids or your friend, or if you know, like me, with your mom, because I love to create with my mom. Just too much fun. Okay, let's work on the next one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with one of these tags. See, it's like, okay, 5:30, guys. It's 5:30 in the morning. Oh my gosh, I haven't been to sleep. I'm gonna really try to make it through this second project. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. All right, so these tags that you're seeing, these are a freebie that you will get in the newsletter. So I'm going to take one of these tags, cut it out, and then I think I'm going to use the little boy on this tag. And I am going to create a card, but I wanted to use the tag as, you know, I wanted to use that to back my card with. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm going to use him, and then I think I'm going to use one of these Merry Christmas sentiments that I have around here. I think that's what I want to use. Something like that. Okay, so I have this trim that I got at JoAnn's. I used one of my coupons, but I love this trim because it reminds me of a sweater. And I'm going to use that on the edge of my card. Now, I think it's like a 5x7 card, so you can just take some cardstock, fold it to create a 5x7 card. Okay, so here you'll see I just was kind of figuring out how I might want to layer everything, and so let's start with a clean slate here so you can see what I did. So there's that piece of cardstock that you can just take, fold to create your card, and now I'm taking the trim and I'm going to glue that down to the edge of my card. Now you could take and actually turn this into a signature for a journal if you wanted. You could make a little booklet for a journal, or you know, use this technique in different ways. So what I did is I took one of the pieces of lace from the papers and cut it out, and I'm going to apply that to the inside of my card, and I'm applying glue to the very top piece of my lace design there. And this will give that layered effect at the bottom of my page. And then I'm just going to want to take and distress my edges there just to kind of blend everything in. Then I decide just to, again, add more layers, take more of that crocheted lace and apply it again to the inside of my card. And I'm just applying a little strip at the bottom inside of my card there. So from the other side, it's going to show those beautiful layers. And I decided to continue to keep adding layers of lace at the bottom of my card. Okay, so I applied the additional lace, the layers of lace to the bottom, and now I'm going to take a wider strip of lace and place it kind of, up towards the top of my card. And this is just to hold my tag in place because I'm going to have my tag sliding down through the lace. And then I have my pocket down below with the lace that's going to hold the other tag with the little boy. And then I decided to take this tree and I'm going to make 2 little punches and then tie some lace around the tree to hold it in place on my card. And this way, if I wanted to, or whoever receives the card, if they wanted to, they can remove the tree from the card or the tag or whatever it is you decide to make. But I just thought the little tree would just add that, again, the dimension and the texture, and just add that interest to my card that it's what I'm always trying to achieve with whatever it might be that I create, whether it's a page or a tag or a card. I want it to have lots of different elements that the eye can draw to, and and it's just part of putting your heart and soul into what you're creating. Okay, so now you can see my tag slides nicely through there. And then I have my bottom pocket to hold my other tag and the little boy. So I'm going to take some of that silver tulle again and stuff that in that bottom pocket there, and then place my little boy over it. And that just creates that, again, that nice little wintry effect, and the textures and everything, the layers for my tag. Then I have this little scrap piece left over, and I decided to glue on the joy sentiment to that little leftover piece. I decided to take some of the twine and wrap it around the tree just to kind of give it that garland look. Just add a little something more to that little tree there. And then I'm also going to punch a hole through the tag, the smaller tag, and apply some of the crochet lace and some of the twine to the top of the tag. And then I use just a little piece that I unravel from some red burlap to twist around and tie my ribbon together there. And now I'm just going to add my sentiments. And I decided to add in this buffalo checkered snowflake trim. I got this at the dollar store as well. And I thought it tied in, the snowflake pattern on the trim, I thought it tied in really good with that first trim that I applied that kind of looked like that sweater pattern there with the snowflakes. Just kind of tied everything together there. So now I'm just gluing everything down, gluing on my sentiments, and there's some of that burlap that I unraveled, and I'm going to twist that around the tree as well just to add some of that red coloring to the tree. And then I'm going to add some bells to that smaller tag and just attach it using some of the twine that I used to twist and wrap around the other trims on the tag there. And then I'm going to add more of the tulle and some trim to the top of that bigger tag there. And it's starting to come together. So I'm just going to distress some of those edges, distress around the tag, just those little fine little added touches, details that just make everything come together. I decided to add a little rhinestone to the top of the tag, and I'm going to place the bow on the smaller tag with a rhinestone below. And then I decided to add 2 rhinestones to the bottom of the tag as well, just to give that little added bling and little embellishment to my tag. And now we're just getting ready to put it all together. I went a little faster with this one. I still have to show the travel journals, and I'm going to be at almost an hour into this video, and I didn't want it to run too long, so I went a little faster with this project, but I hope you're all able to follow along okay. It's basically just taking a lot of the easy cuts, cutting them out, layering them, and gluing them down onto your tag or card or whatever it is that you decide to make. And then I just took some of the foam squares, placed them on the back of the bow because I wanted the bow to lift up from the tag. And so I'm just going to add one of the little 25-cent tags, and then at the top I decided to go with the Season's Greetings sentiment. It had the black and white, which I just thought just kind of added a little more, and I just glued the right side because I wanted to be able to pull my tag out. And now my card is complete. Isn't it cute? It's so cute. I don't know, I think they'd make the cutest. I'm going to use these for the Christmas packaging, just kind of wow everybody. Normally I don't do anything even remotely close to anything like this. It's like just throw something in a gift bag, maybe, you know, a piece of tissue paper, call her good. And I'm doing that like an hour before everybody's getting ready to open presents. But yeah, these again, super fun to work with. You know, grab a peppermint mocha, turn on some Christmas movies, and cut out your little easy cuts, and then just have lots of fun creating with them. So yeah, I think they both turned out really super cute. So, yeah, aren't these adorable? Oh, I just love the way that they turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this little project. And now I'm going to show you my mom's travel journals. They're so cute too. Can't wait to show you these. Okay, before I show you the travel journals, I know, I have to show you these really quick. These are the envelopes that I was telling you about, and when you guys see how these just kind of come together, it's so cool. So I'm just gonna cut one out here really quick so you can see how easy it is to work with these. Yeah, so you just do your folds, and I end up fussy cutting it a little better, so I take off my guidelines just so the wax seal meets on there perfectly. But yeah, I mean, super easy, and then you can either glue down your sides and you'll have your top flap, or you could create a side pocket with them if you wanted to. You could take the lined journal page, which I'm going to show, and place it inside of one of the envelopes, and yeah, create a really cool stationery if you wanted to. You can bundle them together, wrap them in twine, decorate them. It's just so much you could do with these. I love these envelopes. I'm going to be creating more of these that are not, just Christmas themed, but they're so easy, and like I said, it makes such a nice size envelope, and it works great with the lined papers. If you just cut one of the lined papers in half and then fold it in half, it fits really nicely inside the envelopes. So yeah, I had to show you those. And then just a really quick idea of, if you did want to decorate them, look how easy it is to decorate one of these. You can just pull a few of your easy cuts, a doily, one of the floral pieces, and then just to show you on the other one, you could take this Santa. I love this Santa because it looks like he's breaking through the envelope. Isn't that cool looking? I mean, just how cute. How cute is that? And then you could just add one of the sentiments on the bottom, so many different things, so many different ways that you could decorate these envelopes, and then just have your little lined paper inside. I think these would make the cutest little stationaries, cute little gifts that you could give coworkers, friends, whoever it might be. Instead of sending a Christmas card, send them one that's filled out by you. You could, do your little letter on the inside, and then send them the additional 4 as a little gift. How cute would that be? Yeah, just some ideas. You can insert a little gift card in there if you wanted. Just these in themselves, the envelopes and a few of the die cuts, just so many things that you can do with this collection. So yeah, just to give you a few ideas of how you can decorate these envelopes, and then yeah, I love these. I love these envelopes. Okay, and one other thing that you could do too is I got the box of the CD sleeves, and so you could decorate those and create really cool pockets for inside your journal. I mean, I love the easy cuts, the die cuts, because they're easy to cut out. It's just easy to work with. You can make quick, beautiful little projects that you can, so many different things. Like I've been saying, journal pages, cards, tags, mixed media works. I did buy some canvas. I was planning on doing these little mixed media works, which I might get another video out showing how to work with these die cuts. I'm not sure if time allows. I would love to be able to take the time to show you. Okay, so this was just to give you all a really quick idea of what you could do with the envelopes and, creating some really quick, easy pockets with some of the easy cuts. Just like I said, I could go on and just keep going and going and going because these are so much fun. I mean, they're almost addictive, really. But I'm going to try to do another video on the travel journals on Monday. So, and again, that's if there's any left. But these are so cute. These are the notebook style travel journals that she made. And so she did use one of the Eileen, oh, what is her name? With Sizzix, Eileen Hull, is it? And used her die. It's a travel notebook die, and that's how she created the covers of these journals. So yeah, and then she just did a little decorating, and they're pretty much put together. So as I'm showing you here, you can decorate them yourself, but she did do some little laminated cards that go with these, and that's why I want to do another video. But they will be for sale. I'm going to emphasize this. As soon as I get done with this video, I am going to have them for sale on my site. So if you're wanting one, I would grab them because everything's, tends to go pretty quickly. Okay, so the covers, they're nice and beautiful, durable covers, and then she's got the laminated pockets inside, and she's got some little tags and pockets on the covers there. And then just to show you really quick, I mean, you could take some of the easy cuts, and this is what I mean by, if you want to go in and decorate them further or add more to them, and keep track of everything that you spend for Christmas, or keep track of the Christmas presents and turn it into a cute little Christmas planner, you could do that. Or you could just use it as a little Christmas journal, and you could do it as a maybe monthly. You could do a hybrid of a planner and a journal. I don't know, there's a lot that you could do with this. It's so cute. Yeah, so there's lots that you could do with these travel journals. And as you can see, there's lots of space for you where you can go in and do your journaling. Here I'm showing the little Advent numbers that I put together. I just punched a little hole and put them together through a jump ring and then attached it to a safety pin. And so you could take some of these numbers and you could create a little Advent calendar inside of this planner. That would be really cute. So many different ways that you could decorate this. You could use some of the easy cuts and use some of the sentiments, or like this 25-cent piece here to decorate with. You can add in some of the vintage girls. Just lots of ways that you could really have fun with this. You could even take some dailies or weeklies and add in some of those to the pages to create a little planner if you wanted to kind of divide it off and have part of it as a planner and part of it as your journal. Oh my goodness, if I had time, I could just have so much fun with these. Just, you could stamp in them, you could add in lined journal cards, you could just do so many things. And you could add in lots of photos. You could give it away as a gift to one of your children or a close friend, and create a really sentimental gift for them. Yeah, she really stuffed it full. You got your little laminate pockets, and they're filled with ephemera. And again, you could put in, I don't know, I don't know. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I I have not slept yet. That's why I don't know. And then she's got all these cute little paper clips in here and cute little, aren't these just, they're so cute, so adorably cute. So yeah, I will have these for sale on my site. I'll have the link down below in the description. Again, if you're seeing these and you want to pick one up, don't wait, because everything tends to just sell out really quickly. It just seems to go that way. So if you want one, hurry, grab one. And yeah, if you have any questions, you can always send me an email. I do want to show you really quick the little advent calendar number thing that I did. Yeah, I used a 2-inch punch to punch them out, and I didn't have, you know, of all the punches, I couldn't find a circle punch, but I found a scalloped punch. So I used a 2-inch scallop punch to punch out the numbers, and then I distressed the edges and I strung them onto this safety pin, and as you can see here, it would just make a really cute added element to these travel notebooks. And then you could add in the beads on the side, and yeah, add in some sentiments, laminate them, and you know, they'd just be really cute. Now the ones that are going to be for sale, I will be adding in the safety pin with the advent calendar. You will get the, you know, easy cuts, laminated easy cuts for the cover, and the little bead dangle or a dangle on the side there. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I covered a lot and I really went over some things fast, and like I said, I plan on doing another video hopefully around Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I would love to get another video done around then, is what I'm going to try to do, and go over some more of these travel journals in detail, maybe decorate some if there's any left. Again, I'll have them for sale. The link will be down below in the description. If you have any questions, as always, please feel free to send me an email. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the video, enjoyed the projects. And if you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. And it really helps too, if you haven't subscribed, to hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching.